All right, all right, and all right, and all right, and all right. Listen, we are coming into the Clubhouse session. All right, you're gonna walk into Clubhouse with me. But before I go in there, I gotta turn my little Bluetooth on. I gotta turn this Bluetooth off. One moment, be right back. All right, and we're back. All right. So now I'm going into the Clubhouse. Let's see, I'm getting connected here. Make sure we're connected. You're going to hear the boop,
Bluetooth connected.
Bluetooth connected. We are connected now. I'm going into the Clubhouse session. So they already waiting, and I'm sure Princess is going, where is she? Where is she? Let's see. All right, I'm going into the Clubhouse now. Here we go. All right, we're in the Clubhouse. All right, so let me turn my microphone on.
Stuck. Can you hear me okay? Hey, Diva. Welcome aboard.
All right, so now.
Hey, Diva.
Let's see. Now I'm turning. Hello, everybody. Jason, Princess, everybody in Facebook. Hello, Diva. Yeah. All right, so yeah. I want to make sure everybody can hear me. Wait. Hello. All right, now, can everybody hear me okay? Let's see if you can hear me okay, because we had, want to make sure we don't have any technical issues. Amara, Viviana, Alvin, thank you all for joining us. Divine, what's going on, brother? Let me get those videos. What's going on? Give me the videos. Almighty, what's going on? Alvin, thank you all for joining us. We are here for our Clubhouse session on Thursdays. Don't forget, you can catch us on Thursdays here in Clubhouse and Facebook broadcasting. We're in on from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Thursdays. And you can also catch us on Tuesday mornings at 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. We're ready to get this thing started. Join us on Clubhouse at the UNA Law Club. UNA Law Club. Y'all can catch us there. All right. Thank you all for joining us. We are dealing with Trust Law for Business, our seminar that's coming up. You're going to be able to get that seminar. You can go to UNAUniversity.com, UNAUniversity.com/learn if you want to sign up for that, /learn, LEARN, UNAUniversity.com/learn if you want to be a part of that seminar. All right, Princess, is the audio good? Are we up today? Want to make sure we don't have any audio issues.
The audio is great. Like, I had mine turned up to 92 last night. It's like loud.
All right, so we're good on Facebook this time.
Yes.
All right, thanks. Good. So, go ahead and set us up, and I guess let me ping some people. Okay. So go ahead.
Okay, so while you ping, I'll introduce the room. Thank you for joining us here live in the UNA Law Club here on Clubhouse and in Facebook land. We are speaking with a very special guest, Diva Laree from UNA University, on business trust law. You can catch Diva live each Tuesday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and each Thursday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time here on Clubhouse and Facebook, and possibly more in the future. If not already a member of the UNA Law Club, click on the green house in the upper left of your screen, join the club, and this will keep you abreast of our scheduled events as they occur. Follow us. We follow back. Everyone go ahead and click on the plus sign in the bottom right corner. Ping until your status goes red, inviting as many as possible to join in on today's call. If you have a question or comment you'd like to share, raise your hand. We will bring you on stage, and Diva will call on you when she's ready. When you finish speaking, let us know by saying, I'm complete, or I'm done speaking, or that's my question. We remain respectful of each other and our speaker. Healthy dialogue is welcome here. Thanks again for your presence. Take notes and pay attention. Back to you, Diva.
Attention. Pay attention. All right, so thank you, Princess. Thank you for that. Listen. We're dealing today with trust law basics for business. Y'all see it up here. Trust law basics for business. Yes. All right. So now what is this dealing with? Trust law basics for business. All right. This is where we're dealing with your businesses. All right. We're going to talk about we're going to do this. Put your business under trust, any of your assets under trust, getting the government out of your business. All right. So what are we dealing with here? All right, you're going to be sovereign and standing under your own business, will become your nation. All right, this is huge because we got a lot of people in this time where, and I'm just gonna talk a little bit about this, and then we'll go into some other things. We're probably gonna move into our other seminars because we got a lot of things going on with respect to this season. The spring is about to kick into gear. We've got the youth academy coming up. So if you have children that should know these laws, and it would give them more power, you want to be a part of that. We're going to deal with that. You can go to unauniversity.com/youth, YOUTH. You'll be able to get to the site from there, youth, unauniversity.com/youth. All right, so we'll get into that. But tonight, this first part of this session, we're talking about the businesses. Why are we dealing with businesses so heavy? Because in UNA, we create businesses, and we have business people that are coming around us because it's going to enable us to grow. Why? Because when we create a business, we're not trying to run it. We want to create the business and give it to someone who can run it, who knows business. And so we are surrounding ourselves by people who know business because they're in business. And in doing that, what we want to do is help you to get out of from under the thumb of those who are trying to limit you in your business. So what are we talking about? We're talking about protecting your assets under trust. Now, a lot of us have heard about this, about how when you take out your 401k and you got to pay taxes, and you take this out and you got to pay taxes, and then you'll hear, yeah, but if you put it under this special non-interest, or whatever they call it, this special bond or trust, then you don't have to pay taxes. That's what we're talking about. It's not only your taxes. Even if you have some kind of contracting job, and you got a company that's taking whatever out of your check, it deals with that too. Anything that you put under trust, now the quote unquote government cannot take it because it's under trust. We're going to understand what a trust is and why this is so powerful. What is a trust and why it's so powerful? We're going to go over that. So we're going to go over a lot of things. You all want to stay tuned and take notes. If you got your pen, when you come to these sessions, you want to have your pen and paper. Have your pen and paper so that you can take notes about what a trust is and why this information is so important. Now, what we're saying here is when you put your assets under trust, now they're protected to the point where the quote unquote government cannot take it from you. How is that possible? How is it possible that the quote unquote government cannot take your assets from you just because it's under a magical trust? Well, what y'all getting ready to understand is these governments are not truly governments. That's why I keep saying quote unquote, because they're not governments. They're all private corporations. They're all private corporations, all of them. And so what happens is, because they're private corporations and not truly government, they're out here trying to tax you and take from you, when the true federal government is the one that's trying to give to you. But because you don't know the difference between the two, you're entering contracts with these entities over here who are not truly governments. And so when you put it under trust, these agents over here who are not truly government, they can no longer tax you or take away from you, because you've established that, hey, you can't even see this over here. This is under trust. This is all this knowledge that listen, when you come into the UNA University, as I say, you're getting knowledge that's way above anything that you're going to find in a law school. You're getting information and knowledge that's far above anything that you're going to find in a law school. And this is why, you've got to come to this understanding about what's going on with the law. Is not, you've not been told the truth. Even these lawyers, most of them don't know. And even if they did know the things that we're speaking on, they still can't tell you. They can't tell you because it would get them disbarred, quote unquote. What does that mean? They get kicked out of the club. They get kicked out of the club because if you are spilling the beans to the peons, what they call us, the peons, if you're spilling the beans to them, then you're making it where they can be equal to us. All right? So you're going to get kicked out of the club. That's why they can't tell you. I can tell you because I don't give a damn about their club. I care about you. We at UNA University, we care about you. We want you to get the knowledge. It's not about holding you under us. It's not about you being a part of us and you keeping you ignorant so that you keep depending on. No, we want you to know this information for yourself so that you can stand as a sovereign. We're not trying to run a game on you. We're not trying to keep you dependent. So, all right, now that you understand this, that's what a trust is. A trust is a trust, when you put your assets under trust, that becomes a situation where everything that you have put under trust is protected by those agents that are acting as governments, and they're truly not. All right, so let me talk about these governments real quick, and I'm going to get into this trust. Now, these so-called governments, whether you call it the IRS, that's so-called. It's a private corporation, because you got to remember the federal government is not going to come after you for money. They're trying to give you money. It is these private corporations that are trying to come after you for money. And you've got to understand, when you recognize that you're entering contracts with them, and then you can exit those contracts, this is how you do it, with the trust. All right. Now, what is a trust? When we're talking about the trust, I always go back to those main three documents: your declaration, security agreement, UCC. We're going to go through that. We're going to hit it hard. We're going to hit it. We're going to hit it hard. We're going to hit it a whole bunch of times, because you got to understand that that's the basis of removing yourself from this public side. That's the basics, the trust. All right, now, with this trust, what you can do as you're protecting your assets under trust, we're taking, whether it be your cars for your business, your home, your building for your business, whatever it is, any kind of other assets, any equipment, we're taking that and we're putting it under trust such that it cannot be liened, it cannot be taxed, it cannot be seized by these agents that are acting as government. Now, the other thing is, as we get into these the documents, you're going to learn how to build your nation. Build it. And one of the things that's most important is we're not recognizing that when you have a business, you create a flag, a logo for your business. What you've created is a flag. When you can stamp that and you got some kind of seal on it, you've created a seal. When you create the laws for your corporation, you've created a constitution for your corporation. All right, the fact that there's a landmass, whether it be on paper, that's a land. Even if this is your documents, this is a landmass right here that some of y'all don't recognize. Y'all think land is something in the ground. No, this right here is a landmass. As soon as you start writing on this document, you've created another territory right here. And so, in understanding that, now you've got a landmass and then a bank. The bank is you. When you know how to sign, an autograph rather, and endorse an instrument, well, you're a bank. You've been a bank. You've been endorsing. You endorse your checks. You've been a bank. You just have not been acting as a bank. And now we're going to start showing you how to do that. So what I've just told you is, you got a flag. By the way, let's talk about this. What does it take to be a nation? What does it take to be a nation? A flag, a seal, a constitution, a landmass, and a bank. You have all of those when you've created your business. You have created a nation. You have created a nation and a government as soon as you got your logo, and any kind of seal where you can do an embossing, your constitution, which is your security agreement, your landmass, which would be your contract. This is a landmass. And the bank, which is you, when you know how to sign, you're a nation right there. So this, now we're going to learn how to start standing as that. The other thing, in these times, what we're getting is that we've got all of these quote unquote governmental agents trying to declare different businesses non-essential. Non-essential. They're not even true government. This is what gets me. This is the kicker. They're not even true government, but they come in and tell you that your business is non-essential. And then you, if you're not knowing, you're going to shut your business down and stop doing your livelihood and start depending on them because this non-governmental entity has told you that you are non-essential. Listen up. This is why you want to understand what's going on with trust law. Because at this time, you need to be understanding, wait, I'm a nation? I'm a nation. I got my own flag, my seal, my constitution. I got a landmass, and I'm a bank. Who are these people to come in and tell me that I'm non-essential? All right, so now you start running your own business. You start doing whatever hours you choose that you want to run your business at. And they don't have the authority to tell you any other way. They're not even government. The other thing we want to get into is currencies. We want to get into currencies. All right. You all know UNA has created our own currency. And the thing is, a lot of businesses have done it. When we're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it. And yes, you can create your own, or you can join up with other companies and corporations and nations and build with them. But at some point, we're going to start pulling back off of that corporation's currency and start relying on our own currency and each other. So this is a 10-week seminar starting April 14th, 2021. April 14th, 2021. Y'all want to be a part of this. All right. Wednesdays. It's going to be on Wednesdays, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Wednesdays. All right. You'll be able to catch us. Go to unauniversity.com/learn. LEARN. unauniversity.com/learn. All right. unauniversity.com/learn. All right. Go there and you'll sign up for it. Become a part of it, because this is a very, very powerful seminar. And see, for some of you all who are dealing with whatever you're dealing with, finances or whatever, your bills, and you want to get out of this will be a great seminar for you as well. But we learn that in this system that we're talking about now, money doesn't even exist. We learn how to use instruments to take care of financial costs. So this is a huge seminar. I hope you all, take advantage of it. Take advantage of it, because this is very powerful. You're not getting this information in somebody's law school. Go to unauniversity.com/learn. LEARN. All right, so I'm going to let Princess come on and reset. Alvin, Halo, Danville, Jason, Cheryl, Tay, what's going on, Michelle? All right, so come on, Princess.
Okay, Clint, welcome aboard. Welcome, everyone. Thank you all for joining us here live in the UNA Law Club here on Clubhouse and in Facebook land. We are speaking live with Diva Laree from UNA University on business trust law. You can catch Diva live each Tuesday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursdays every week. If not already a member of the UNA Law Club, click on the green house in the upper corner. And this way, that'll keep you abreast. Join the club, keep you abreast of our scheduled events as they occur. Follow us. We do follow back. And everyone, go ahead, click on the ping sign there in the bottom, the plus sign in the bottom right corner, and ping until your status goes red, inviting as many as possible to join in on today's call. If you have a question, we do encourage you to raise your hand. we'll bring you up to the stage, at which time we ask you to mute your mic until Diva calls on you, and then you can ask your question. We are respectful one of each other, and we hold healthy dialogue. Excuse me. We hold healthy dialogue. I thank you again for being present with us today. Make sure to take notes and pay attention. Back to you, Diva.
Pay attention. Yes. All right. Thank you, Princess. Now, Ren and Marlena, thank you for joining us. Clint, Chris, Jason, thank you all for joining us. Everybody in Facebook land, Brayan, Monica, Danville, Alvin, Jason, Akasha. Thank you all for joining us. All right, so now, does anybody have any questions in the room? Does anybody have any questions in the room? Because I'm gonna just go through a little bit more about what we're doing with respect to the seminar that's coming up, and then I'm gonna go into the other seminar. I'm gonna do a little bit more on trust law basics, and then I'm going into the other seminar. But if you all have any questions, make sure you get me before I switch it out. All right. So now. Anybody? Questions? Okay. Well, I'm ready to carry on. What's that?
I have one. You said that a trust is a constitution, a contract, and the flag?
I said a nation, all nations, they're going to have a flag, a seal, a constitution, a landmass, and a bank. And I showed you that you have all of those, especially when you created your business. Once you created a business, you have all of those. Your flag would be your logo. Your seal would be your black and white version of your logo, basically. Your constitution is your laws that you set up. Whatever your bylaws are that you set up in your security agreement. Your landmass would be your contract. The contract, this is the landmass right here. Wherever you wrote it on, that piece of paper, them four corners. And then the bank is you when you learn how to endorse and sign properly as a bank, because you've been doing it. Every time you sign a check or money order or any kind of document that you're sending into the gas bill, light bill, water bill company, you are acting as a bank. But because you don't recognize it, your ignorance is being taken advantage of. You're signing instruments and somebody else is keeping the benefit of those instruments. Well, we want to show you how to keep your own benefits. We want to show you how to endorse. We want to show you how to create loans. We want to show you how to create multiple businesses so that you can create multiple banking accounts. All right? So that's what we're dealing with. Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did. Thank you.
I like the screen. What do they call that image? What do they call the pic on the on the what do they call that? The screen, the pic image.
Picture. The profile picture.
Oh, the profile picture. All right, I like that profile picture, Princess. Nice. All right, so let me go into this. And if anybody has any questions, please let me know so that I can answer them. When we're talking about coming out of the matrix, we're talking about a difference in your walk. Now, let me get into this, because one of the things, whenever I'm dealing with these lower laws, I call these lower laws, we always have to start with the hierarchy of law, because a lot of people will say, well, I want my freedom out of the system, and I want my freedom. The thing is, in order to gain that freedom, it's about knowledge, all right? Knowledge. So when we understand where we stand, and we gain a knowledge of what this system is about, then that's when your freedom starts, right there. So we're always going to go over the hierarchy of law. We're always going to go into the universal laws, because they are very important, because once you get those right, everything else falls into place. And I talked about this before. When we're talking about business, and business is so important, You hear people always thinking that there's a formula. Oh, this is the formula. They got to go 10% over here, and then if you put 10% in over here, and then then from that 10%, you're supposed to get 1% of that 10%. So listen, one of the things that people don't tell you is that those who are very successful in business, they are givers. These are giving people. So this is what we don't recognize. See, a lot of us think, oh, it's about, let me get my money, and I'm hoarding and I'm getting my money. But no, you've got to be willing to give. That's how the universe works. This is why we always go back into the higher laws, the universal laws, because everything comes from here. Everything. And if you ignore these, then everything you do under here will fall out of place. It will never be in order because there is no order at the top. So we got to get the order at the top where we're talking about the universal laws, and then we can work. Everything under here is going to be easy. When it comes to business, are you giving? Who are you giving to? Where are you planting your seeds, if you will? Because we start talking about the natural laws. That's up there with the universal laws. Where are you planting your seeds? How are you watering whatever seed that you planted? We get into that. See, a lot of people, when I start talking about nature, and I'm talking about an orange seed, and you plant an orange seed, and they want, well, I thought we were going to talk about banking. Well, the universe, that's the highest banking there is on the planet. You want to know about this banking before you get down here. When you understand what's going on up here, that's the real banking. All this other banking down here is like, oh, okay. So, see, the ones who are running this game, they know that. They know how to invest by giving. They understand that. Those are those laws that don't go away. These are how the laws are, whether you, regardless of who you are, whether you're evil or whatever. All these people y'all talking about, oh, they're evil people. Listen, there's the universe. Everything has to come through it. And when you are giving and you know what the laws are, the universe is going to return it to you by law. And they know this. You got to learn this so that you can be more successful in business. You got to learn this so that when it comes down to these laws and whether or not these people can tell you who you are and what you need to do in your business, you're going to recognize them right off, and you're going to know exactly what to say to them to get them off of your back. Do I have any questions? Okay. Going once, going twice. All right. Now, in recognizing that we're going to get into the universal laws, we're going to get into the hierarchy of laws. And we get into them to make sure that you recognize where you are standing. A lot of us still are in the place of a citizen. It's important that we understand the difference, because when you are a citizen, you keep asking for permission. You keep, because they've told you, for example, driving is a privilege. They've told you driving is a privilege. Well, if you're a citizen, yeah, because a citizen is a slave. And a slave does not have rights. A slave only has privileges given to it by the corporation that it pledged its slave-ship to. But when you know that you're a sovereign, and you know that you stand under God, or whatever your God is, for us, we stand under the universe. When you know who you are, you're not asking for permission. You're telling them. You are making a declaration. This is why you want to be in the university. Trust me, you want to be there. So that you can start making your declarations and stop being on your knees and asking for permission for something that is for you in the first place, given to you by God. You know, stop asking for permission and make your declaration. This is why you want to be there in the UNA University. So for those of y'all who are wanting to sign up, you go into unauniversity.com, unauniversity.com/learn, unauniversity.com/learn, so that you can learn how to stand like the sovereign that you are, like the God that you are. Stop asking somebody for permission who's not even a government. These people are private corporations that have made you be naive that they somehow have a standing over you, when the truth is you stand over them by far. When you get your knowledge of self. See, they can't, this other thing, this is why when you come into the UNA University, you are learning information that's far higher than what you're going to learn in anybody's university, in anybody's law university. These universities where the system is teaching them, listen, the system can't teach them the full truth, because when you know the full truth, then you can't be a slave. When you know the full truth, you're not going to stand under somebody's bar membership. They can't teach you the truth, because once you have knowledge of self and knowledge of who you are, you're no longer ignorant. Only an ignorant person can continue to be a slave. So once you come into the UNA University, you shed that ignorance and you start to learn who you are as a being on this planet with God-given rights. With God-given rights. And you learn to stand on those. All right? I'm going to take a break and let Princess come in and reset the room. If anybody has any questions in Facebook, please let us know. Monica, Dan, Daville, Alvin, Jason, thank y'all for joining us. Everybody in Facebook land. If y'all have any questions, put your questions up here. We're just, introing the upcoming session, the upcoming seminar, Trust Law Basics for Business. Trust Law Basics for Business. Y'all want to be a part of that seminar, all right? It's starting on the 14th. All right, the 14th, and you're going to be able to be a part of that. It's every Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. All right, and we want to see y'all there. Go ahead, Princess. Princess. All right, so now.
Oh, I had a quick question.
My phone went out.
Okay,
Go
Marlena.
ahead.
Okay, Marlena.
Go ahead. Okay, I was going to ask, I am trying to develop some land in North Georgia, or I am developing some land in North Georgia. I have it under contract. I am interested in developing this land to eventually form a nation and become, I guess, a sovereign citizen. My question is, because I haven't gone through the class yet, I plan to go through the class. I just filled out the form and I've already started that process. I don't know exactly what, I'm going to learn in the class, but I think that I might have did a couple of things wrong already, or I might have started off wrong already. I did, form a business, form a limited liability company, but my question is to you. I think that I've, pretty much, like I said, started some things off on the wrong foot. What is your suggestion to me at this point?
Okay, so now you've started now first of all, let me ask you. No, first of all, did you say sovereign citizen? Don't be saying that.
Okay.
Let me tell you about what a sovereign citizen is. Okay, so this is why. Let me say this, Marlena. If you get a chance, go to unarepublic.com. unarepublic.com/docs. DOCS. And I want you to download the hierarchy of law. Okay, you can download everything on that page, but definitely get the hierarchy of law, because that's telling you the order of which laws come into play. Now, when you're talking about a sovereign is a master of self. A sovereign governs themselves, whereas a citizen is a slave with a master over them. So that term is an oxymoron. And the thing is that either you're a sovereign, which is a master of self, or you're a slave, a citizen. So there's not going to be the two. So I just want to make sure you know that. Now the other thing, the sovereign citizen, there was a movement, and I'm not saying the movement was good or bad, but what I am saying is that some of these people have made it a bad term. So don't let nobody call you that, because they're trying to call you what was that term, a terrorist is what they're trying to call you. So don't let anybody call you that, because that is they're offending you, just so you know. Now, with your land, let me ask you this question. You said it's under contract. Does that mean that you signed them, or you're about to sign them, or how is that working?
We're going through. I'm going through the due diligence process now, and I have not officially closed out on the land as of yet. I have a developer, some engineers, and some builders, because I wanted to turn it into a small community. But before I did that, I needed to have a site plan in place for other potential buyers, as well as a potential lender, which I'm not even sure I want to utilize at this point.
All right. So let me give you a couple of things, and then I'll get on the LLC. All right. So now, a lot of us who have taken some of the seminars with UNA, we're fully aware that money doesn't exist, and that your birth certificate is a bond, and it pays really for everything, and that you really don't have to pay for anything. Now, with that being said, it's not the easiest thing to tap into that. So what happens is, when you go and you sign on a contract whereby you're purchasing land and you put your deposit down or what have you, when you go and sign on that, you have already, in effect, as soon as you put that signature down, Marlena, you are acting as a bank. As soon as you sign, you have created all of the money necessary that is needed to pay for that property. Everything, the house, the property, and anything else. Your signature has paid for everything. Now, the thing about that is, when you know how to sign properly, then it becomes a situation where you're not. Okay, let me tell you what happens when you sign and you don't sign properly. Normally, we'll sign all of these documents and we'll walk away not knowing that what we just created is the $500,000 needed for the whole property. You just created it with your signature. And we walk away, and what happens is that instrument now, it gets claimed by the quote-unquote lender that's pretending to give you a loan. It gets claimed by them, where they say, oh, this person gave me this instrument. It's called a financial instrument. So they'll say, oh, this person just gave me this financial instrument, and now I don't have to, or they've given it to me, I'm going to keep the money. They don't tell you that. They're going to tell you they gave you a loan, and then you're going to keep paying on a $500,000 loan when the whole thing has been paid for as soon as you put your signature down. So now, here's the deal. Some of us have learned how to effect our own instruments, and we, go through whatever the federal government and the procedures with the documents. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is to go ahead and let these people take the loan, but you know how to sign. You know how to sign and put the right endorsement on it. All right? But let's say you didn't put the right endorsement on it, Marlena. You just signed it and you walked away. All right? Let's just say you went in there, you created this instrument, and you signed this instrument, and it's for $500,000, and you walked away. All right, so now, Marlena, what you can do is what we call accepting for value that instrument. So when you do that, now what ends up happening is you're paying for it once again with your signature. Remember, I told you your signature is the money in the first place. Well, then do it again. Even if you signed it wrong, you can still go back and fix it. All right, my bad. I didn't, catch that I gave you an instrument. All right. So here's another instrument for $500,000. All right, this pays for everything. Here you go. And that's it, Marlena. It's paid for in full. Now, I could go so deep into this subject because I really love it, because the truth is that, you know, you get people who have been evicted from their home. Listen, there is no such thing as a foreclosure. These people can't foreclose on the home because they never owned it. Even the people who tried to sell it to you, they never owned it. You own it. The people own it. So we're not, listen, this thing goes deep as far as what's going on. So I could go into that so deep, but just in short, when your land is under contract, I mean, when you allow them to put it under contract, before you can write an instrument and get it on your own, which is a more difficult process. You can allow them to prepare the documents and then sign it as a banker, which they're going to try to give you a hard time about. Or you can just sign it and then take the loan and then go back and accept it by creating another instrument. So those are some things you can do to deal with. Again, there's always remedy. There's always remedy when you know the game. Now, when we're talking about your LLC, with respect to an LLC, that is a business that's up under the United States corporation. It's not a sovereign entity. And so this is when you start talking about taxes, because when you create an LLC, you said, oh, I want to be a part of your corporation. Listen, there's two ways to look at this, all right? There's two ways to look at this. When you're not a part of their corporation, they're going to make it difficult for you to operate in business. All right, let's just keep that real. They're going to make it difficult. The same way they're trying to make it difficult when you don't take certain vaccinations. You don't have to take the vaccination. But if you don't, they're going to make it very difficult for you to operate within their system. And so this is the deal with an LLC. With us, when we're declaring our businesses or our nations, we are not under their system. We're not an LLC. We're not a 501c3. We're not none of these other corporations. What they're going to declare, what they're going to claim your business is a 508. Y'all look that up. Difference between a 508 and a 501. A 508 is a private business. So they're going to declare because they have to have a number for this stuff. That's the only way they can tell what you are. Okay, they under the 508. Yeah, you're a 508. That means you're a private business. And that means you can't be taxed. That means you haven't declared to be a part of their system. All right, and so in understanding that as a 508 business, you don't pay taxes. You're not setting your stuff up to where they can come and seize it or lien it, because I'm not a part of your corporation. And so we work on learning how to stand in that status as a private business. This is just like the same way if cops come to your house. If they don't have a warrant, see, y'all pay attention. Pay attention. When they come to your house and you tell them, get off my property, they have to leave. Now, if they were truly government or they truly had the authority that they claim to have, then they could just come right in. But they don't have that authority. If the deal is, if they don't have a warrant signed by a judge, which comes from a county, which the county is the highest governing authority, if they don't have that, because a judge is a federal agent. See, they got to be beholden to the people. And see, when we start standing up as the people, then we can, hold these people's feet to the fire. We start standing up as the people. The judges and the county clerks, they are for the people. So we get into all this. You got to understand what this law is and what's going on when we're talking about trust law. So I'm not sending you in here, I'm going to fill you some paperwork out, and then you're going to pay me. No, you get ready to learn what's going on so that you can stand for yourself. So when you have your private business, the same way if you were in your house and you told them to leave, they got to leave. Unless they got a warrant, and a warrant is always going to come from the county, which is the highest governing agency on land. Always going to come from county, and it's always going to come from the county, and it's got to be signed by a judge. Two people who are responsible to the people. The county clerk and a judge. All right, we get into that. Now, with your LLC, it's the same thing. If you have your brick and mortar business set up and you have established that your business, your nation, your corporation, whatever you want to call it, is under these laws, these people don't have the authority to come on your property. And the ones who are coming on your property, they are private corporations. This is the tax commission. This is the, because I have clients who are dealing with this, where they have said, I don't want to be a part of your system. They have said that and made that declaration. And we put it on public record. But when it comes to cigarettes and alcohol, they want to regulate that. They want to come into your store and steal it. You got to know how to stand. When these people come into your store, you've got to know how to stand. Otherwise, they're going to run you over. They're going to try to call you non-essential. You got to be willing to stand. So this goes into putting all of your assets up under trust. This even includes any of your financial accounts. You put it up under trust. They're like, well, if you take this money out, you got to pay taxes. Not when it's under trust. Those are the trust. That's what they don't tell you about, how to set up a trust. They don't tell you about that. They say, well, you can get this special governmental plan and you can put it up under here and it's less taxes. No, you can get one where there's no taxes because you're not a part of their system. All right. Anybody else have any questions? Marlene, I hope I answered your question.
Yes, you did. Thank you, and I look forward to learning more.
Thank you. So go to unauniversity.com/learn, unauniversity.com/learn, and sign up for the Trust Law Basics for Business. All right, sign up for the Trust Law Basics for Business because we got a lot going on in there. Divine asks, how do you sign surname given DBA given last or as AR? I love this, Diva. You're connecting the dots. You got to come to the seminar, Divine. I get into all of that, how to sign, where to sign, how to add your stamps on, all of that. So that's a question that we go through in detail when we're signing our documents. All right. Does anybody else have any questions? Let me see if I missed any questions coming through here. Thank you all for joining me in Facebook land. Divine and Divine is in the house. Let's see. Who else is in the house? Derek, Brayan, Monica. I want to say I appreciate you all joining. Viviana, Almighty, Amara, Alvin. I thank you all for joining because really we're wanting to just get people this knowledge that they need so you can stand. When you all stand, we all stand. And one of the things I talk about, if you're trying to build a nation, for me, I don't want to build a nation on top of ignorance. This means if you don't know what's going on, we can't really stand together. This is me holding everything up. No, we're standing together when you have the knowledge as well. Everybody, I want y'all to have the knowledge. So I'm giving you this information. Some of y'all have been studying this stuff for years, and I applaud you. And I'm saying I'm here to, as my sister said, help connect some dots, and we build together. Because everybody that we're talking to, we're talking to knowledgeable people. We're not ignorant here. And that's why when they come at us, and we don't need but 2 or 3 of us to get together, and we're going to bring everything down. All right? What Divine said, hold your hand. Yes, I will hold your hand. We're going to walk through this process together, step by step. Hello, Justice. All right. Do I have any questions? Jason Clint? All right, Princess, come on and reset for us.
Well, once again, everyone, we want to thank you for attending tonight's live session with Diva Laree. We are live in the UNA Law Club on Clubhouse and in Facebook land. We're speaking with Diva Laree on business trust law. You can catch Diva live each Tuesday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., each Thursday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. If not already a member of the UNA Law Club, be sure to click on that green house up in the upper right corner and join us. This way you'll be kept abreast of our future events as they occur. Follow us as also. We do follow back. That helps us to ping you when we're having our meetings as well. Everyone, go ahead, click on that plus sign, speaking of pinging, and the bottom right corner, ping on that until your status goes red, inviting as many as possible to join in on today's call. If you do have any questions, raise your hand or type it in the comments section on Facebook, and Diva will call on you when she ceases from speaking. If we bring you up to the stage, be sure to mute your mic until you're called on, and then you'll be allowed to speak. Let us know that you're finished speaking by saying, I'm complete, or I'm done, or that's my question. Whatever suits you to let us know that you're done speaking. And we all remain respectful of each other and our speaker. Having healthy dialogue is welcome here. Thanks again for your presence. Take notes and pay attention. Yeah, well, back to you, Diva.
Thank you, Princess. That's right. Pay attention. All right, so there we have it. Yes.
Excuse me, Diva,
on,
before you start.
Yes.
I had this Jason. I wanted to go back, reflect a little back for the order of flag, logo, seal, Constitution, which will be the bylaws, security agreement, landmaster, and bank, which will be us. Is me, you, everybody that's on here, private banker. So the flag will be the logo. Yeah. I just want to make sure I have it in order.
Yeah, your flag is, yes, and there is, I didn't call that in order, but your flag is your logo. Okay, so like, okay, for example, McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? They put a square around that logo, that's their flag. All right? Okay. Now the seal would be like a two-color image of that, where they could take that and emboss it on on a document or put it on a seal. That would be their embosser would be like a two-color version of that logo. And then, your security agreement, which we always create a security agreement. Those are your laws. All right, that deals with the laws of your organization. What you're saying you won't have, what you will have, those kind of things, what you stand on, all of that. Those are your laws. And then your landmass, it could be that there's a brick and mortar building. It could be that. But at the very least, it's the documents that you used to create the entity in the first place. That's your paper is listen to me, because when we even talking about the United States and we're talking about the state of Georgia, the state of Texas, those are not true land masses. They paper. They're just paper. That's all they are. Where they are claiming to have dominion over some territories, but they don't. Only thing they got dominion over is some paper, and then we believe that they have dominion over us because of the way we act. The way we act and the way we believe, we've allowed them dominion over us because we have said we're citizens. So the landmass, at the very least, for your nation is your paper, but it could be a physical territory, whether it be your house or your brick and mortar building, or it could be anything. It could any territory. It's what you've claimed in your documentation. And then as a bank, again, when you pick up and sign, you pick up a pen and sign something, you're acting as a bank. You've been doing it. You just didn't realize that that's what you were doing. But every time you sign your name, you're putting money into the system, true energy. Those Federal Reserve notes are not the true energy. Your signature is the true energy, the true money, not gold and silver, not any other kind of precious metal, not a Federal Reserve note, not a certificate, a gold certificate, a gold bond, but your signature. That's the real money. And we have been fooled and bamboozled into thinking that, oh no, we got to get some Federal Reserve notes. No, you are the money. And so when we're coming into the university, we're learning all of this. We're learning how to stand. We're recognizing who we are. We're understanding the game so that we can start playing it differently to where we are not being taken advantage of. We are taking advantage of what has been given to us. Does that answer your question, Jason?
Yes, it definitely does. I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. Now, if y'all have any questions in Facebook land, please type your questions up here. And then, because I'm going to go into another seminar that we have coming up. So we've been talking about trust law basics for business. Trust law basics for business. You'll want to be a part of that. Go to unauniversity.com. unauniversity.com/learn, LEARN. unauniversity.com/learn, LEARN, and register for that. Okay, sign up for it so that we can get you into the seminar, and you can start really learning this true information. All right, those are going to be on Wednesdays. All right, Wednesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern, starting April the 14th. All right, if you all have any questions, if you have any questions in Facebook land, let me know so I can get to them, because I'm ready to go into one about my one of my favorite subjects here. One of my favorite subjects here, the kiddies. Oh, I'm sorry, the youth. I'm going into the youth right now. I'm sorry, Princess. I'm going to let you reset, and then we're going to get into the youth over here.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you guys again for joining us here in the UNA Law Club, live with Diva Laree from UNA University. And also thank you there in Facebook land for joining us as well. Hello. Well, you can catch Diva live each Tuesday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., and each Thursday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. If not already a member of the UNA Law Club, click on the greenhouse in the upper left of your screen and join the club. This will keep you abreast of our scheduled events as they occur. Follow us. We do follow back. Everyone go ahead and click on the plus sign in the bottom right corner and ping as many of your friends as you can until your status goes red even, inviting as many as possible to join in on today's call. If you have a question or a comment you'd like to share, raise your hand. We'll bring you up to the stage, and Diva will call on you when she's ready. When you finish speaking, let us know by saying, "I'm complete, I'm done speaking," or "That's my question." We remain respectful of each other and our speaker. Healthy dialogue is welcome here. Thanks again for your presence. Take notes and pay attention. Back to you, Diva.
Thank you, Princess. That's right. Pay attention. Hold on for a second. Can y'all see that? I tell you what. Technical difficulties. Okay, so now, what I'm doing, never mind. I hope y'all can see this.
I see UNA Youth in the background.
I don't know why. All right. So I try to make it as large as I can. All right, so now, with respect to the UNA Youth Program, I do want to get into this because, you know, I'm really excited about this UNA Youth seminar that we have coming up, for the simple fact that a lot of people have been, you know, talking about it and saying how we need this. And so it was something that I felt that we needed to do. I've been wanting to do it for a while. So we just said, okay, let's go ahead and get it done during this spring season. So we got it, UNA Youth Law Academy. All right, UNA Youth Law Academy. So if you all want to be a part of that, or you know someone who has children that would enjoy or appreciate the services, go to unauniversity.com/youth. And by the way, UNA, thank you so much for what you do. M. Jones, thank you for joining us. Avery, thank you for being here. Derek, thank you. Now, let's get into this. We're talking about the UNA Youth Law Academy. Yeah! I'm so excited about it because, again, the youth are the ones who are going to apply this information. Now, one of the things about UNA is that we are very big on application of whatever it is, application of knowledge. So what we want you to do, we want wisdom. When you leave UNA University, we want you to have wisdom. Now, it's one thing to be knowledgeable. All right, you have the information, you're knowledgeable, you know it. But wisdom is the application of that knowledge. We want you to apply it. That's why it's so important that, like what Divine said, we're going to walk you through the seminar. We're going to hold your hands because we want you to do it. That way you become wise. It's not just, I got knowledge about it. No, we've done it. And so with our youth, when it comes to these universal laws, we want them to have wisdom, not just knowledge of the laws, but wisdom. And the thing about it is, a lot of us hear these universal laws here and there. What's done in the dark will come to the light, and we hear about karma and all these other things. But when you know this stuff from the beginning at a young age, you can really affect the way you want your future to turn out. You can really affect it. So when they're coming in, we're going to be dealing with subjects that this society has just not dealt with well at all. And this includes the whole bullying thing. They're creating all of these laws for bullying and whatever it is, or don't say this, and politically correct. Well, okay. What we're not dealing with is the actual issue of what's going on underneath. We're not dealing with the energies. And that's what the universal laws deal with, energies. All right? So now, all right, 1 second. I don't get it. I need you to write to me so I can understand, because I don't get that. All right, so now what we got is when we're dealing with the universal laws, we're dealing with whatever energies you put out must come back. Whatever energies you put out must come back. And when we're giving the youth this information, we're going to start helping them to really dive into controlling their own situation, to where they don't have to run to mom and daddy to help them out. They know what to do because they know the laws. So again, the universal laws, they're going to eliminate bullying, eliminate a lack of discipline, eliminate a lack of low self-esteem, rather, because they're going to learn another way of being. All right? So they're going to learn another way of being. So it's very important, because this information is life-changing. Not only for the UNA University, but especially for the youth, because here's the thing. They're going to be walking this from an early age. So once they get these universal laws down, as I said, everything starts at the top. Everything starts at the top. Once they start walking this, now when it gets into business becomes child's play, because it's just all these little laws. This is child's play right here. You get these universal laws down and you're walking in it, everything else becomes easier. So with this university, what they're going to have is an increase in kindness, an increase in self-love, an increase in self-esteem, an increase in confidence, an increase in their ability to speak, an increase in their knowledge of law, and an increase in their ability to think critically. Now, I want to go back to where I spoke about the knowledge of law, because see, all of this stuff goes hand in hand. An increase in, let me get UNA to not ping me. a hand in hand. All right, all of this stuff goes hand in hand, because when we're talking about universal laws, hierarchy of laws, laws of maxim, and then these lower laws, they're all going hand in hand. All right, so an increase in kindness, self-love, self-esteem, confidence, speaking abilities, and knowledge of law. Now, I want to get into this because I really don't like to, what they call fear-mongering. I don't like to get into fear-mongering, because of the simple fact that when you are walking in fear, you're not in your right mind. When you're walking in fear, you're not in your right mind. All right. So what you have to understand is when it's so very important. It's so very important to know what's really going on in this dimension. All right. So now, with that being said, at this time, however, there are a lot of people who are dying. There are a lot of people who are dying, and a lot of that has to do with a lack of knowledge of the law. Now, you'll see a lot of reports from medical professionals who will talk about how, that these vaccines, as soon as they give them to people, there's an 80% mortality rate. You've seen it over and over again. You're having medical professionals that come out, whether they be in hospitals or whether they be in nursing homes. And they're saying that there's these people, they're giving them these vaccines, and there's no one really there to fight for them. And the mortality rate is at an 80% high. And nobody is talking about that. And the thing is, what they speak on is that the families can't even get in to see their family members that are in these hospitals, that are in these nursing homes. They can't even get in to see them. And so what ends up happening is, here are these people, they're being given these vaccines, they're being mistreated, and then there's nobody there to fight for them. Why? Because the children don't know law. That's all it has to deal with. If they knew law, then they can walk in there and get their parents. They can walk in there and say, no, you do this or don't do this. But there's nobody to fight for the parents or the elderly because the children don't know law. So hear me when I tell you, what you want to do is start encouraging your children to understand what's going on with civics. You want your child to know law because they might need to be the ones that come and fight for you. But if you have not armed them with the tools they need to fight for you, well, then forget it. Forget about it. Nobody's coming to your rescue because you haven't armed the people who need to be there to help you. So when we're talking about the UNA Youth Academy, when we're talking about this, we're talking about gaining a knowledge of law across the board. Across the board. All right. And it's very important that you take this time out to enroll them in a program with laws that the elite know. The elite know this. We don't. And we're here to deliver it at UNA. The elite know this. You don't. So we want to make sure our youth get it such that they can start effecting this information at an early age. Once again, I say this to you, bringing them into the university, you start them off, first of all, with understanding the basics and the basis of this dimension and everything, all of the rules that it's made up of. Then you start to help them make it easier in business. So anything that they want to go out and get, doesn't matter what part of the planet it's on, they can go and get it. The third thing is you help them to be able to stand for themselves and any of their loved ones in law. They know how to get around people who are trying to snow them over or trying to take away their God-given rights. You want your child to know this, because when it comes down to it, and you need somebody to have a tool and a weapon to come to your rescue, your child needs to have it. And if you're wanting to make sure they have it, you want to get them into the UNA University so that they can understand laws. Because when they got these tools and weapons up here with the universal laws, their mind, this is the most powerful weapon right here. We're going to sharpen this. We talk about thinking critically, we're going to sharpen that. All right, let me get, if I have any questions, Jason says, I believe it's my DBA or security agreement. Okay. The document is called, okay, they're having a conversation. Great. So yes, by the way, just so you know, the classes for the UNA Youth, they're going to start on Sunday. Sunday the 11th, and that's from 3 p.m. Eastern. 3 p.m. Eastern until 5 p.m. Eastern. All right? 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern. You want to be a part of that, go into unauniversity.com/youth, YOUTH, unauniversity.com/youth. Let me see if I have any questions. in Facebook and the Clubhouse. Do I have any questions? All right, so now I'm going to let, while we do that, let me see if we have any questions, but I'm going to let Princess come on and reset.
Okay, cool. I was wondering what Jason was writing about. He has a letter document naming himself the grantor and the administrator of one of his private documents. What are you meaning, Jason? Are you with us here?
Jason needs to come into the university. How about that? You go ahead and reset.
All the questions he's asking.
I'm here. I'm sorry, Steve. I'm here, but I just set the document down. I had did, just like Marlena had did, was about to do the process. I remember telling y'all I had did the process, but I think it's incorrect where I can't really understand it. So I read the documents like every other day or what have you. But I think it could be my doing business as, or it could be my security agreement. I'm not for sure. But I have to actually read it. You know what I'm saying? Have the document in front of me in order for you to understand it. But it's just so many different statutes and codes. And I know I do need to get like a dictionary, Black Laws dictionary, what have you, to understand what it means. But you're definitely right. I do need to get it to the university because I believe I need to change that up.
All right.
Did you write it or someone wrote it for you?
There you go. Someone wrote it for me.
That's the problem. That's the problem right there. That's why, you want to be a part of the university. I have a lot of people that'll tell me, they'll be disgusted or upset or angry because, somebody wrote these documents for me. I was supposed to be free, and now I'm still in the same situation, and they wrote the documents, and I paid them. Well, the deal is nobody can write you into your freedom. Your freedom is about you knowing who you are. That's it. If you don't know who you are, you ignorance and freedom, they don't coexist. If you're ignorant of who you are, then you're not going to find freedom. That's it. So yeah, that's why when you come into the seminar, it's about you creating your own documents so that you know how to stand on them and understanding what each document that you create is, what it does, how it can work for you, and what kind of tool it is so that you can use it to your advantage. Clint?
Hi, I got something to say here. First of all, Jason, Black's Law, statutes, codes, all these things every one of those things, every single one. The dictionary, it doesn't matter. Those are third-party information. It has nothing to do with who you are, what you say, and what you call law. That's people's opinions, because the thing about it is, you can read all that stuff all you want. You may interpret it differently than somebody else has. So all of that stuff is, once you start to understand who you are, you're going to see how much garbage that stuff is. You are the law, and statutes, codes, judges' opinions, judges' interpretations, those are third-party entities coming into your life telling you what is and what isn't. No, you need to tell what is and what isn't, and stand on it, and never back down.
Yeah, thank you, Clint. He's
That's
right.
True. That's right.
This is why you don't, people they keep asking me, well, what kind of law? I'm gonna read the Black's Law. You don't hear me talking about those because I create my own laws, and I know that what I put in my documents is law. And Black's Law Dictionary and nobody else's dictionary stand above what I write in my constitutions as law. So thank you, Clint. Yeah, but I don't talk about the Black's Law. You don't hear me talking about case law. That's somebody's opinion. So I'm dealing with the higher laws. When I'm dealing with law and contracts, That's where the highest laws are, and the Black's Law Dictionary doesn't stand up to it. Case law doesn't stand up to it. They just don't. Those are opinions. All right, go ahead, Princess, and let's reset.
Well, thank everyone once again for joining us here live in the UNA Law Club, here on Clubhouse and in Facebook land. We are speaking with Diva Laree from UNA University on Business Trust Law and UNA Youth Academy. Both are upcoming sessions that we'll be hosting starting Sunday, April 11th for the UNA Youth, and Wednesday, April 14th for the Business Trust Law. You can catch Diva live each Tuesday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., and each Thursday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. If not already a member of the UNA Law Club, click on the greenhouse in the upper left of your screen and join the club. This will keep you abreast of our scheduled events as they occur. Follow us, we do follow back. Everyone, go ahead, click on the plus sign in the bottom right corner, ping until your status goes red, inviting as many as possible to join in on today's call. And if you have a question or want to make a comment you'd like to share with us, raise your hand. We'll bring you on stage and Diva will call on you when she's ready. When you finish speaking, let us know by saying, I'm complete, or I'm done speaking, or that's my question. We remain respectful of each other and our speaker. Healthy dialogue is welcome here. We thank you again for your presence. Remember to take notes and pay attention. Back to you, Diva.
That's right. Pay attention. Thank you, Princess. All right, now, I want to ask real quick. Again, we're talking about the UNA Youth Law Academy. Go to UNAuniversity.com/youth, YOUTH. UNAuniversity.com/youth, YOUTH, so that you can register your children or enroll your children into that seminar. Hello, Gerald. Thank everybody in Facebook land. Joy, thank you all for joining us. Divine, Jason, Kaya, thank you all for joining us. Everybody in Clubhouse, thank you for joining us. Now, Clint, I want to ask you this. Now, I know we talked the other night about how you have implemented these universal laws in your household with your children. Can you give that example again? We talked about that, but I would love for everybody to hear that.
Okay, yes, I can. My kids have had their challenges in school, bullying, people stealing from them, that sort of thing. And even my older son was having some self-esteem problems because he was hanging around the wrong crowd and he knew it, but he didn't know what to do about it. He wanted to get away from them, but then, it's like, well, this is my tribe. What do I do? And so we got to talking about these things, and one of the things I kept telling them is that, the energy they put out is going to come back. Now, my younger son, he was getting bullied at school, and he has been for a while, actually, and he was getting stolen from. Well, I'm a single dad, and the two boys, they get home, they get to playing around, they start jabbing at each other and everything, and then my youngest son, he's jabbing at his older brother, but then he's calling on me, Dad, Evan's being mean to me. Well, I didn't, everything's behind closed doors, so here I am trying to get in between all this, and I can't find out the truth. I don't know what's really going on, and so I may be correcting somebody that doesn't need to be corrected and making it worse. It's like, so anyway, we started talking about these things, and finally I said, you know what, I am going to quit this kind of parenting, and I'm going to let universal law do its thing. And so I already warned them. I told them, I said, guys, I'm not going to do a thing. This is going to take care of itself. So anyway, my youngest son, he kept getting bothered at school, and then he started getting stolen from. And I said, well, the reason is because you are doing something that you're not supposed to be doing. But Dad, I don't steal from anybody. Well, the thing about it is, when I go grocery shopping, I buy a few things for myself, and then my younger son, who knows not to touch it, ends up taking it. So I quit warning him about it. I didn't say anything. And then all of a sudden, he's like, Dad, I don't steal from anybody. And I looked at him real sharply, and he looked at me and he went, oh, and he put both of his hands over his mouth. And I said, you've been taking from me, and you're getting the same thing. And when you're getting bullied at school, what are you doing? You're antagonizing your older brother and then bringing me in on it, trying to make him the bad guy. And you're getting a whipping. And I don't have to do it. I'm just getting to watch it happen. And then my older son, because of his problems with the friends, he started backing off from those people and just putting it out in the universe to get better friends. And the other night, when I came home, he was telling me how these new friends who everybody liked at school, they're respected, invited him to the prom, and he's not a senior. So he was like, he's feeling good that he's getting accepted in a new tribe of friends. So these things, the universal law is becoming the parent, or at least it's becoming my helper. I'll say that much. I don't have to do as much, have to repeat myself and all that. All I got to do is say it once. If it doesn't happen, it's going to come back, and the correction is going to manifest. So that's all I got right there.
Thank you, Clint. Thank you. So that's a great example of how applying the universal laws to your youth, how big it can be just as a helper for you as a parent. So in this seminar, what we do is the first hour and a half, we have exercises that the children participate in. So we're looking at from 6 to 16, even 17 if you have it. But what we're doing here, we have exercises the first hour and a half, and then the last 30 minutes we have that for the parents and the adults who might have questions that they want to ask, because we need the parents to reinforce the information that we're giving in the seminar. So, we do some fun things with them, and the biggest thing, we get them to learn the universal laws and how to apply them. One of the biggest things that we do is the giving side. I have had so many people who tell me how when they start applying the laws in their life, their child ends up coming on board even stronger. So, for example, when I have people who tell me, oh yeah, I like to give now, when they used to pass by that homeless person on the street or whomever and they wouldn't stop, now they want to stop, and their child sees this. And so the child gets acclimated to that type of behavior where it's like, yeah, no, we should do something kind. We should give. We should, show love. That's very important. That's very important because, again, I say to you, when we're talking about people in business, those are your people who know how to give. A lot of people think, oh, when I get $1 million, I'm going to give this much money. And here's the thing. Your millionaires, they got to be millionaires because they were giving when they were thousandaires. They got to be millionaires because they were giving when they were thousandaires. If you don't know how to give, then you are not in harmony with these higher laws. If you're out of harmony, then everything else is going to be a drain for you. So you want to make sure, get your youth in here. And some of y'all need to make sure you go to the youth to help them train you, because again, when the youth gets on this, everybody's going to fall into order. Everybody's going to fall into order. And so I can go into this even from a spiritual side, because we're going to go into some of the spiritual aspects of who we are as beings, who we are as entities. We're going to go into some metaphysics about who we are as beings, and we're going to get, one of the things about these schools, and really I was happy when they shut down, because these schools, they have a tendency to beat the imagination out of your children. And we want to get them back into enhancing their imagination, because that's where the real world is, in the imagination. That's where the real world is. And so when you are put in a box, when your mind is put in a box, it's very difficult to break out of that. We want to get them before they allow that box to solidify. We want to get them so that they can break out of it at will, and be and walk and think anything that they want. See, a lot of parents are under this premise that, I'm going to make sure my children have land. I'm going to make sure I get this for my child. Okay, all right. You in the United States, in cold United States, wet, rainy, damp, foggy, whatever, dirty United States. I love United States, but, there's other places that are better. Yeah, great, you have this land for your child, but when they have the tools, they can go anywhere on this planet and get land at will. They can go anywhere on this planet and get land at will. They know how to wield their own energies. That's what this is about. This is about making sure that they have full knowledge and power of how to get to that next level and get anything that they want. If they want to go over to another country and build a hotel, they can do that. There's nothing going to be stopping them. Great, mama saved us some land over here, but your child know how to go over here and get 5, 10, 15 acres just like that, because they know how to talk. They know how to use the universal laws to their advantage. I'm going to let you reset, Princess. And then we're going to take questions as we prepare to get out of here. Divine asks, will we be writing a trust and learning administration of the trust in the 10-week class? Absolutely, you will be will be writing and creating a trust. Absolutely. And you'll learn how to administer it. All right, come on, Princess.
Okay, well, wonderful. Again, I want to thank everyone that's still here hanging with us on the UNA Law Club, on Clubhouse, and in Facebook land. We are speaking with Diva LaRee from UNA University on business trust law, as well as UNA Youth Law Academy, in which we do encourage you to get your children enrolled in. You can find out more about business trust law by going to unauniversity.com/learn, or you can go for the youth program to unauniversity.com/youth. We do thank you again for your presence this evening, taking time out of your night to share with us as we learn and grow with Diva. If you will, in the event that you haven't already, click on that greenhouse in the upper left-hand corner. Make sure to join the club. This will keep you abreast of any events as we schedule them. And we love your attendance in the house. Additionally, if you'll hit that ping button when you enter the room, any of our meetings, for this one and for future meetings, hit that ping button. Ping away, ping away, ping away until your screen goes red and you can't ping anymore. And then come on and sit with us and join with us as we learn. If you have any questions, be sure to raise your hand or type it in the comments section on Facebook. Diva will call on you to ask your question. Let us know that you're done speaking by saying either that or that's my question, or something to signify that you are finished speaking when you're done speaking. Additionally, we remain respectful of each other and our speaker. We welcome healthy dialogue. And once again, thanks for your presence. Take notes and pay attention. Back to you, Diva.
Thank you, Princess. All right, so now, yes, I want to say thank everybody in Clubhouse who's joined us. I'd like to thank everybody in Facebook land. Thank you, Divine, for all the love. Quan, UNA, thank you for what you do. Gerald, Joy, everybody else, thank you all for joining us now. Ancestors are in effect, Divine says. I've been looking for you learning from I've been looking for you learning from a higher law. Thank you, Divine. I'm glad to have you on board and working with us. And if I have any other questions, y'all, we're about to close out here shortly. Y'all make sure y'all get your questions in. Marlena and Jason and Clint. Anybody else who has any questions, y'all get your questions in. And I want to say, listen, we've got a big season coming up, spring. This spring season, I'm really excited to be working with everybody. We've got the 2 seminars. We've got the youth that we're discussing now, the UNA Youth Law Academy. And you can go to unauniversity.com/youth. unauniversity.com/youth. And then if you want to get into the basics, the business trust law basics for businesses, go to unauniversity.com/learn, LEARN, and learn how to put your business under trust, all right, so that you can protect all of your assets from those who are calling themselves governmental agencies, quote unquote. All right, so now, as we close out here, now, if y'all have any questions, let me know, because I'm
One last.
Go ahead, Jason.
I'm sorry, D. Probably tired of me.
Go ahead, I'm listening. We're listening.
I was going to ask you, can I send it, that document to your inbox or via email? Or
if you're a student.
What'd you say?
If you're a student, you can. I do that for students.
Oh, okay. Okay, I understand. I'm going to get in the university then.
Get in the university.
I was going to eventually. I'm just getting my money right, that's all.
Well, get in the university, and we'll make sure we get you squared away.
Right, you should show me how to do the bond and where I can pay for the big class. I'm just throwing it out there. Right.
You want me to throw some stuff out there? You got to pay for everything, Jason. So if you want to learn how to do that, okay. All right. You got to get in the university.
Just saying something.
Yeah. See. Okay. Now we ready to go into it. We ready to play. All right, Jason. You ready to play? Come on, play with me, Jason. Then since Jason gonna come out at me with that, let's play, Jason. You ready?
Yeah, you said we can pay for everything with the bonds, right?
Yeah, no, you gotta listen up. You ready? Since you want to be with the big dogs, let's play, Jason. All right, so Jason, I am with the FBI, and we have a bond here that you have sent in. First of all, wait a minute. Are you Jason? Hold up, 1 second. Because Jason.
No, I'm not.
Wait.
I represent
Jason Durham. You Jason Durham?
No, I'm here to represent Jason Durham.
Okay, you are. Okay, now you're a representative of Jason Durham. All right. Now, did you fill out this document? It's a bond. It says $100,000. Did you fill that out, Jason Durham?
As I just said, Judge, I'm the representative of Jason
I'm not
Durham.
a judge. I'm with the FBI. Did you fill this document out?
My representative is myself. I filled it out.
You filled.
Not Jason Durham. I represent Jason Durham.
You're the one who filled this document out for $100,000. Is that correct?
Yeah, his representative. What
are you trying to get with this bond? This bond that you filled out.
Say it again, David, please. I missed it.
What are you trying to get with this document that you filled out? What are you trying to purchase? So basically you were trying to purchase a vehicle with this bond. Is that what you're trying to do?
Yes.
So you're trying to purchase a vehicle with this bond. So you understand you committed a felony, right? By filling this out.
That's not true.
Why is it not true? Because do you even have a declaration on file? Because we need to know that number right now. As a matter of fact, yes, sir. What is the number for the declaration that you put on file where you're saying you even have the authority to create such a document?
Here's the declaration I have on file, Judge.
Okay, what?
987.
I'm not a judge.
Well, I'm gonna show him the declaration.
Okay, so you're going to show the declaration. All right, but okay, first of all, this is what you committed was a felony. You're going to need to show up in court. As a matter of fact, we're going to have a court session set up for May 4th, and you need to show up there, 2021, because and by the way, you need to understand that we're going to be putting a hold on your accounts because of this document that you have created, which is fraudulent, and it is a felony.
One of my notes right now.
Yeah, well, you don't have time for notes, sir, because as a matter of fact, I'm standing here. We about to arrest you for the felony.
Judge.
I'm not a judge. I'm with the FBI.
Judge. I have my declaration. I have my security agreement and my UCC.
Who did you file it with?
So I have a trust over the bond.
Who did you file it with?
I have created the bond.
Who'd you file it with?
That's why I be stuck at with myself.
You're going to be stuck up under somebody's jail cell when you don't know how to stand on these documents. So it's not about you just running out here creating an instrument. Do you know how to stand on it? Because if you don't, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
That's right.
And it's not that the document even is illegal, because I already told you who these people are. The thing is, do you know what to say? When somebody kidnaps you, do you know what to say? And y'all need to come up off of this thing about wanting to mess with these people's money, because I just told you you're the money. When you learn what the real deal is, you're not even going to be concerned with their Federal Reserve notes. You're going to know how to use your assets to get any and everything that you want. When I say your child is going to be able to use the universal laws and to get what they want, I mean that. And I mean they don't have to have a Federal Reserve note in their sight. They're just going to know how to get it because their mind is going to be constantly thinking.
We are the money, like you said. We are the money.
So,
gotta know how to stand on it.
Yeah, you want to be a part of the university. This is not just about, I'm going to show you how to make some money. I'm going to show you how to stand. And I'm going to show you how to use the real money. This is the real. I'm going to show you how to use this. As opposed to, trying to lean on their notes and trying to get something from them. Really, it all belongs to you. And eventually you will get it. But everything, you got to pay for everything. Let me tell you something. And I need to say this because you brought up something else, Jason. Like, people want to get a lot of money, for example. Remember I told you about how those in business are people who are really giving people? They got their favor because they were giving. They received favor because they give so much. Listen to me. By the same token, I can come and give somebody $1 million. If they're not supposed to have that $1 million, they're not going to be able to keep it. I don't give a damn if I put it in a bag and lock it up in a safe somewhere. They're going to still lose it. They can't have it if they haven't paid for it, if they have not earned it, if the universe has not seen fit to give it to them. See, what is for you is for you. Can't nobody take it away and nobody keep you from it. So when you know how to use the universe and the universal laws to get things that come to you, nobody can take it away. But if you're thinking, you're going to write some scheme or scam or, write a document and sign your name and do this and you're really not deserving. See, this is why, let me tell you something. When I first started doing this to get in my seminar. Now understand this. Since you brought this, you put me on this path, Jason. I got to talk about it. Understand this.
Teach me. Cuss me out. Teach me whatever you got to do.
I love you. I love you. You're my brother. But understand
You're my sister.
When that person who gives $1 and those people who give $200, $300, $400, they are getting the same information. But the one who paid $300, $400, they're going to get $300, $400 worth of remedy out of it. This person who paid $1, they're going to get $1 worth of remedy off of it because that's how the universe works. I don't care where you go within this dimension. You can go into the deepest of the cells of your vessel. Everything has to be paid for, everything. The mitochondria is the one who's running all of this. See, I go spiritual, I go physical, I go even to the cellular level. The mitochondria. If you want something from the mitochondria, Anybody trying to get something from her, and she produces everything that makes things move in this dimension. She got to be paid for it. She's got to be paid. So if you want something from her, you got to pay for it. It's the same thing on this level, in this dimension. You go into the macro level, it's the same thing. If you want something, you have to pay for it. How you pay for it depends on how much energy you want to put behind it. If you paying feminine energy and you're using your subconscious to produce, you're going to get a whole lot more. If you're using the universe to produce, you're going to get a whole lot more. If you paying with a Federal Reserve note, you're going to work your butt off for that Federal Reserve note to give it to somebody. When you learn how to be giving, the universe by law must return it. So that person who plants $1 is planting a seed. Whereas this person who's planting $400, they're planting $400 worth of seeds. How much you get back from that same information that I put out is going to be determined by how much of a seed you put out. I don't care what. See, it didn't bother me because I know. Fine, you put your $1 in. You're going to get $1 worth of remedy. That's all you're going to get. So you come into my seminar and you want to pay for your $100,000 house. You want to learn how to A for V your $100,000 house. You want to learn how to A for V your $10,000 car. You want to get out of paying these $7,000, $8,000 worth of taxes, but you don't want to pay but $1. That's how much remedy you're going to get. I'm okay with it. So we got to remember, listen, when you put out, it must come back. So when you put $1 out, don't put it out like a cheapskate. Put it out with love. And learn that many are going to come back to you. It's just like when you plant a seed. You plant that orange seed. The universe is not going to look at you like, I'm going to give them a half a seed. No, she's going to return many seeds. She's going to give you a tree. That tree's going to produce a whole bunch of oranges, and all those oranges got a whole bunch of seeds in them. She's returning many times over because we live in abundance. When you learn that and you learn to walk in that way, you will receive abundance. That's why I tell you, when these people who are millionaires, they're giving. They're millionaires because they were giving when they were thousandaires. And if all you are is a hundredaire, learn how to use it. Learn how to use that and plant seeds so you can get to the level where you want to be. It doesn't just start overnight like, oh, I'm going to get $1,000. Then No, you got to work your way up there because you got to pay for everything. And the more you're willing to give, the more the universe by law will give back to you. Go ahead, Jason.
Can I say something?
Oh, that was Clint.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Clint.
Hi, Jason.
What's up, Clint?
What class are you trying to get into? The basics?
Both. I know I got to do. I'm gonna do the basics first, and then I'm gonna work my way over to the business trust.
Okay, Diva. What's the donation for the basics?
Which one? Back to basics or which one?
Yeah, back to basics.
$300.
Okay, Jason. We need to unravel that magnificent brain of yours. If you'll get in this class, I'll pay $100 of it right now.
I wish I could script this. I can't even script this.
I'll donate 1/3 of it.
Right.
If you'll use the rest of that energy to get in the class, and that way you won't be reading those documents you got 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 100 times a day and still don't understand what you're talking about. Now you're going to get good learning with good training, with good direction, and it's going to uncloud that magnificent brain of yours. So give me
what to say.
a time.
I appreciate it.
Give me a time when you're going to get in this class.
It's probably going to be like 2 to 3 weeks. So I'm just waiting.
Okay.
I'm not working right now, so it's kind of hard times right now. So I said,
let's agree on something. I'm going to pay $100, and you're going to get in this class in 2 weeks. I don't care what it takes. You're God. You're going to manifest 2 weeks to get in this class.
Okay, I appreciate that, man. I don't even know what to say. Yeah.
All right, Big Daddy. All right, bye.
Thanks
I mean, not bye, but I'm done.
Right. I really appreciate that. You know, I'm not expecting no freebies from nobody. I just don't have the money right now, you know, but I say 2 to 3 weeks, I'll be ready.
All right. So now, thank you, Jason. Thank you, Clint. If I could have scripted that, I couldn't have scripted that any better than that. Listen what I'm saying. Now, Jason, watch this now. With that, because I want to show you something about manifesting. See, Clint did that because he could only do that because you are in some way deserving of that kind of energy coming towards you. Evidently, you've done something that made him have that energy to say, hey, you know what, I'm going to do this for Jason because I feel that he really should have this. So now, with that being said, you need to understand that you're manifesting. You are manifesting, and you manifested him. So when you say, you got to be careful. Now, this is going in again to the universal laws and being careful about what comes out of our mouth. What you want to do is let the universe know what you want. And don't stand in the way, say, I don't have it. No, just say what you want because she's giving you a menu. The same way you manifested Clint, you can manifest the rest of that to be in that seminar. Are you following what I'm saying, Jason? Because it's really about you.
I follow you.
You really have the power to manifest it yesterday if you wanted to. So as soon as you decide, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm not even going to worry about how it's going to get done, but I'm telling the universe what I want, and then I'm going to make it happen. So that's all you got to do, Clint. Jason.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm sorry to cut you off, Dave. No. I'm going to do it.
You good. Yeah. So as soon as you make that up in your mind, it don't have to be 2 weeks. It could be tomorrow. Your auntie going to come up on the door, and she going to say, here you go, son, because I love you. You always been my favorite. All you got to do is just tell the universe what you want, and she's going to manifest it for you. You follow what I'm saying?
I follow you.
All right. So we're going to see you in that
seminar. I
appreciate you.
All right.
Do I have any questions? Sure. Clint, you done messed up. You have messed up now. Cheryl is on the case. Does that count for me, Clint Casey? Divine said, I'll do it. Divine says, no, I'm going to get in there, but that's what keeps the energy flowing. So what y'all need to understand is, watch this now. When you put that energy into it, all you got to do is appreciate what you've done for yourself, because this is an investment in yourself. When you put that energy in, it must come back by law. By law, it's got to come back. So you put whatever amount you put in, note that the universe is going to return that many times over. You're going to get that much remedy out of this. If you're talking about your $1,000 or $100,000 home, $200,000 home, your car, your business, or whatever it is you're talking about, listen, the price on this seminar is nothing compared to the fact that you can do this for any and everything in your life dealing with this system. You also learn how to create funds. You learn how to stand and you learn how to walk. That's what's so important about this seminar. Jason, I want to tell you, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for being willing to, put it out there and ask the questions. Marlena, thank you for being willing to ask the questions. Clint is one of my bankers, by the way. So Clint knows these laws. He puts them into effect. And he's not scared to put them into effect. And he's seen how they work for him. He's a banker. He's one of the UNA bankers. And so, I encourage you all to learn these laws. If you bring your youth in here, because, we're going to be dancing with these laws. Get into the Back to Basics seminar. Y'all can get that at devalerie.com. That one's $300. The Trust Law for Businesses. Trust Law Basics for Business, that's you can get that on unauniversity.com/learn. Go and get in the seminar, because this information is very important. This is life-changing information. It's not just about, I'm going to fill out some paperwork. No. You're going to change your life. You're going to change the way you walk. The people who are around you are going to change. Your job, your car, your house is going to change. Your dog might even change. Start barking differently. Your life is going to change. So you want to be a part of the seminar. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Princess, thank you so much for everything that you do. Cheryl and Divine Johnson, and my other brother Divine. Who else is in here? UNA, thank you so much for what you do. Gerald and everybody else who's listening, Quan. We sure do appreciate you guys coming in and sitting with us. All right, Princess.
Yes, yes.
Let them know when they can catch us.
Catch us Tuesday morning on the drive to work or the rise for the day, depending on where you are. Might even be morning prayer. We start at 7 a.m. here on the East Coast. We end at 9-ish a.m. on Tuesdays, every Tuesday, live with Diva. We also are available on Thursdays, live with Diva, between 7 p.m. Eastern and 9-ish p.m. Eastern time. We try to keep it within the 2-hour time frame. Sometimes we go a little bit over. We do appreciate you guys for coming out. Definitely go to university.com/learn for the business trust. Sister Marlena, you will not regret that decision. What I love about Diva myself is that I've heard of these things for years, and I was hesitant to make the steps because, like Jason, I would have had a bunch of paperwork and no understanding. Now, and no diss to you when I mention this. I'm not putting you down. I'm lifting you up, in fact.
Oh, you good, sister. You good.
Yeah, I would
Appreciate
have all these documents and no information. No, know how to do it. No, how to stand. So I'm like, I dig what you're saying, but I have to know more to be able to do this. And what I've gotten and received from Diva Laree is a walkthrough. Every step of the way, breaking it down, making it plain so that even a baby could understand what's being said, what's being taught. And what I most love about her in the teaching of the law is incorporating the universal laws as main participle or principle of the whole establishment, so that you're walking in your truth, you're walking in your highest good, your goals and aims are for the highest good, or at least you are aware of what you're choosing if you choose to take a different path. But your walk through 100% how to do everything that she speaks about. It's not go look up this and do it from there. She walks you through the steps. Now, afterward, you may want to go look up this so that you understand that. And that was like with that role play she did with Jason. That's showing you how to stand on it. Or are you ready to stand on it? Can you stand on it? You know, and you need to know that when you see you can't, then you know you need to go back and study some more so that you know the basis of it, the foundation of it, and you have yourself secured and your families. It's way worth it. It's not a pitch. It's not a sale. It's not like she said, it's not an entrapment to make you a part of nothing she's doing. She's empowering you to stand on your own. So we as a people stand as we should, getting us back to the basics of our true self, our true knowledge. And I love her for that. I appreciate her for that. There's a love note, which is the love wallet. That's our digital currency coming up. Diva, you might want to tell us a little bit more about it. I'm excited because today I received one of the certificates for the love note. Got my own. So I'm shouting that out too. But Diva, you want to tell us more about the UNA Love Coin?
Well, Princess, I want to say thank you for the love. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate what you do and everything you do for UNA, and what we're building here. Princess is talking about the love note, which is one of the currencies for UNA. This is our physical currency right there. That's the love note, and it comes with a certificate, with a seal from UNA. So we talked about there being two signatures. So this is the seal from UNA, And y'all pay attention to this, because when we're talking to my brother Jason, he was talking about his documents or what have you. So this certificate is like a birth certificate for this love note, and this love note is a person. It has a name right there, the UNA love note, and then its number, because every one of these love notes have a number on it, and these are available on UNA Love Market right now. So you can go and download these. These are worth 2 ounces of silver. All right, and so they come with a barcode. This barcode, it inside of it, it has the registration number, because all of these are registered. It has the number of this love note here. It's got the universal laws in there, the hierarchy of laws, the laws of maximum, right there in that barcode. All right, so but basically this is the certificate for the authentication. Now going back to the seal, this is when it has 2 seals and 2 autographs, that makes it money. So this is a seal right here, and then this is the autograph of the clerk for UNA. Your autograph as the owner goes over here, and your thumbprint. That makes this money. That makes this money. And so once you get this, then we take this and we create bonds off of this instrument. This is the goose. The golden egg is the bond. And we learn how to do these things in the UNA University. So we're talking about years of knowledge, that lawyers don't even get. And you're not going to get this in a couple of days. You got to come into the university so you can get your mind wrapped around everything that goes with creating your own currency, with standing on any kind of instrument that you write, knowing who you are. This is one of our currency. This is the physical currency. We have a digital currency. We also have a paper currency. And everything we do is based around the universal laws, the hierarchy of laws, the laws of maxim, and you can find all of that, natural laws, in this barcode. So we're excited about these. So you can go to UNA Love Market, and you can get this right now. 2 ounces of silver it is. Whatever the price of silver is, it fluctuates. And it comes with this certificate. And this is a person, a real live person right here, with her own name. You'll learn how to create these for yourself in your own nation. All right? Got any more questions? Thank you for that, Princess. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Diva. We appreciate you.
You want to close us out?
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us live on Clubhouse, the UNA Law Club with Diva Laree. Live on Facebook. Everybody out there in Facebook land, thank you for taking time out of your evening to build with us this evening, to receive the degrees that come from Diva Laree on Business Trust Law, Youth Academy, UNA Youth Law Academy. We are so excited about what we have coming up, and we look forward to continuing to share with you. Again, anyone that's in the room, if you haven't already hit follow, hit that follow button. Follow me, we follow back. Follow Diva, she follows back. UNA Law Club, click on that greenhouse, become a part of the family. You will be made aware of our future events as they arrive. And Facebook, just keep posted. Every time we go on live, we let you know. And we appreciate you so much for your contributions. Look forward to seeing you in class. Thanks, Diva.
Yes, thank you. Thank you all. Everybody in Facebook, I love you. I appreciate you. Y'all know I love to do this for you. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you all in Clubhouse, Princess and Jason, Clint, Marlena. Thank you all, everybody else who was in and out, and we sure do appreciate it. We're going to keep this going. We got the seminars coming up. We want y'all to join, all right, so we can get to that higher level of knowledge and start walking like the God that you are. Thank y'all so much. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm Diva Laree. I'm going to see y'all next time. Bye-bye. Peace.